Okay, subliminalism, part 2, commencing. Since subliminality pertains to supersensible, no natural object, it could be an adequate representation of the ideas about the supersensible. In this sense, it is not objective, it is not a property of any object. An object may only be suitable for the presentation of something that occurs in the mind as subliminal. Nature excites the feeling of sublimity in its wildest and most irregular appearances, bordering with disorder and chaos. It is the feeling of subjective, in the sense that it is a reflective judgment, judging the state of feeling that makes the subject aware of its own state. It is a response to particular experiences engendered by external objects, for example, infinite magnitude, might, or magnitude. What makes us feel delight in contemplating a sublime object? It is not its existence, but sheer greatness. How can sheer greatness and our inability to grasp it be experienced as pleasurable and purposive to cognitive faculties? By referring to us to the faculty of conceiving the ideas of the reason and awakening the feeling of supersensible power in us. It focuses on the inability of imagination and understanding to render possible apprehension and comprehension. This failure occurs because in the case of sublime, these powers are not capable to synthesize the givens into something surveyable. The sublime is also the state of mind produced by a certain representation, triggering the mind to surpass every standard sense. We have the feeling of supersensible faculty arising from the inadequate of the idea of totality for the understanding of an infinite progress. Monstrous is an object which by its size destroys the purpose which constitutes its concept, which qualifies the presentation of something as almost too large. The genuinely mathematical sublime, the one which is absolutely great based on the idea of infinity. As such, it is beyond comparison. The implicit standard provided by our own body, the underlying idea that largeness pleases. Thinking infinitely as a whole, of course, surpasses every standard of sense. We simply cannot envision a greater object, or can grasp the existing one in its eternity, because eternity does not have any standard, does not allow any objective standard in its expressing its magnitude. It lacks standard because it is one of a kind. Another way to explain it would be reason pushes imagination to reach the limit of infinite series precisely from the unrepresentable, the impossibility of comprehensive progress. This in turn points to a supersensible substrate of something that is great beyond any sensible measure, like larger than largeness.